So hello everyone, I am Markeisha and this is 2024 Select Your Crown, and I am here in the conversation corner so we can ask a few questions and get some perspective from one of our beautiful recipients.
So, what's your name? Hi, I'm Becky Newson.
Okay, Miss Becky Newson, and you're a recipient this year for Select Your Crown. Is this your first time attending this event?
Yes, my very first time.
Okay, and were you nominated or did someone reach out to you? Did you nominate yourself?
I kind of nominated myself.
You kind of nominated yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
So how did you lose your hair?
Yeah, so my hair fell out when I was 18 months old due to alopecia areata, and then transitioned from basically like the first areata, which is just patches, to totalis, which was total scalp, and then immediately into universalis, which is total body hair loss. So that takes your eyelashes, your eyebrows, everything, which is a whole nother ballgame.
Did you say 18 months old? Okay, so that's extremely young.
Yeah.
So you grew up with no hair.
Right.
How did your parents deal with that? How did they help you deal with that? And how long did it take you to get to the point where you normalized, this is who I am and this is what I'm challenged with?
Right. Yes. So my mom obviously didn't know what to do. I mean, this was 1990. So it was before alopecia was even out there. Like Will Smith's woman didn't have it, all that kind of stuff. So nobody knew about it. But her pediatrician knew about it. And he's like, yeah, she's got alopecia. And so the first thing she does is finds a wig, right? Puts a wig on a toddler's head. And so, I mean, I've got funny stories of standing in line at McDonald's, people oohing and ahhing over this toddler's huge head of hair. And I whip it off and throw it all around. My mom has really funny stories about me doing that kind of stuff. But then she found the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, which they're very big on, fundraising for research to a cure.
Wow.
And so I grew up going to conferences once every few years in a different state. And I had my core group of kids that would go every year, and we would connect and thrive with no hair and didn't care.
Wow.
There was like the epitome of no hair, don't care. And
that's amazing.
That's where I found came, my parents too, because they support the parents and all that kind of stuff. And so that's kind of how I developed this confidence in just living life with alopecia and embracing it and learning how to turn that burden into a blessing.
That's a blessing in itself. I mean, you started dealing with hair loss so young that you've been able to build your confidence from young. 18 months old is the youngest that I've heard, and I've been doing hair for a very long time, but 18 months old is very young. So I see why you're so confident, and I see why you're so outspoken, because you have ladies that have come even to Select Your Crown today that this is their first time coming out in public without their hair. Some of their husbands don't know,
right?
Their kids don't know, their peers don't know. So what would you say to encourage someone who struggles with being open, being honest, and being transparent about alopecia and how to deal with it? What would you say to encourage them?
Right. Well, the first thing is to realize that your hair is not going to grow back overnight. It can, and it will if you put some effort into figuring it out. Gut health, all the things, you guys. But that's not a quick fix. So the first step is realizing that knowledge is understanding.
Yes.
You have to have your inner core circle of people that know. I'm not saying announce it on social media, but your husband, the people that love you, they need to know.
So you feel free.
You need to know. You need to have a safe space. And I had started a support group here in Nashville for families to come and have that safe space.
Wow.
So just start there, right? And just open conversation, because when you allow other people to know what alopecia is or what you're going through, it's not weird anymore. Now it just is what it is. And now that they're going to take that from that circle to the next layer of whispers. Oh, what's wrong with her? Why doesn't she have any hair? And they're going to now tell it, and you don't have to all the time.
Wow.
So, and then they'll say it and they'll say it. And now all of a sudden, take this off of you. Take this off of me. This isn't about me anymore. This is now about helping other people with alopecia, so that if they go out in public without hair, people will say, well, it's either alopecia or she's going through cancer treatment. So now the conversation is different. Now you're opening up anyway, I could go on, but now you're opening it up to help other people not feel so weird because now people know about it.
And you also open it up for people to support you.
Yes.
And you not always be the one in defense for yourself. Yes. Like you said, sharing it with the loved ones allows them to kind of get to the whispers before you do.
Yep.
Like, what's wrong with her? Oh, this is what she's dealing with. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
And that's exactly, you mentioned earlier, so real quick, that is why I was never bullied in school. My mom got ahead of it. She made sure my entire class knew what was going on. Like coloring papers with little bald kids on it, a video. Like every year we would do a newspaper article in our local town news about me and about what alopecia is. I was even on a local news channel about it. Amazing. It's incorporating your community in on you and where you've got going on. And the people are going to come out of the woodwork. Oh, I have that too. I'm losing patches. You have to share it. Because we're all just put on this earth for a very short amount of time.
Right.
And it's all about connecting. And so but that is why I was never bullied, because people already knew and it wasn't a big deal.
Right. Yeah. And it's not a big deal. I mean, it really is not. But I love that you said that. And I love that you shared that today. So hopefully someone knows and they hear this and it encourages them to do exactly what you said. Share it. Yes. Get that community, get that support around you so that you don't have to go through this struggle alone. And which is why we created Select Your Crown. When we do our opening, we always ask everyone to look to the left and look to the right so that you know that someone in this room has a story that's similar to yours or the exact same. So share and get to know one another. I thank you so much for being a recipient, for being strong, for being transparent, and for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And you had a beautiful song today.
Yeah.
She is an amazing artist. She plays an amazing instrument. And so thank you for sharing your gifts in all aspects and all layers with your nonprofit and your support group and your music and your testimony. So thank you so much for allowing us to bless you with your crown today. And that's all we have. 2024 Select Your Crown. Thank you all.